Hi guys. In today's video, I will be doing the last act for the 4.1 Archon quest. I hope you enjoy the video.
Huh? Oh, look over there! It's one of Liddy's guards! I haven't seen it. Maybe you haven't heard, but it's been a while since we last. Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day off. From the sound of it, Lenny's been making. We still have some time. There's some people talking over there.
If you ask me, those...
Speak for you.
Oh, you think you're special?
I don't.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world...
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you? Listen, things ain't so. Who wants to live in the
What makes you think they want to hire someone like you?
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the over. Speaking of which, I've never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is that only something the inmates down here say? That's true. There's a group of people over there.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Fine. You're lucky we...
You hear that, Quisto? Well, nice!
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Really? Are we that famous?
You kidding? How often does anyone get a...
A little mistake, huh?
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that...
So, you two really like to gossip? Oof, you sure know how to embellish.
No! You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you. For example, knowing who's working with whom. Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know? You should prove you're worthy of it.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice and say the welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we...
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month and a half now.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks.
You are correct. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar taste. Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworld is... You've already met the one person here you should never cross.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment in the infirmary.
I know who you mean.
But did you know That Julia was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research.
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the... Speaking of which, the last time
You mean he hit a woman? Ah, I never...
But that Morvine's also quite the honor.
Wait a second. Yep, do you think it could it be that? After all, I do remember seeing Lord Veen beat Julia to a...
Hey, you over there?
Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up there.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Huh?
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like...
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, there are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from... Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little.
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right,
Why don't you pick? We'll let you know.
all right. Have you heard any strange rumors since then? Did you know that there are some people who... Yes, you've already met those two. I heard that there used to be a chef and a bartender.
Good to know.
Let me think. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a cop?
Huh?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here to go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place. The Forbidden Zone? So,
It's just a rumor we've been hearing.
anything else?
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Brings a smile to my face. Huh? That look in your eyes. You found something?
Hey, this is no time to be modest.
Oh, as expected. Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. He is a harbinger after all. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father told me that even though Master Child said he was...
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to test out.
Well, when you put it that way, it...
Bingo!
She's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to... It's the least I can... Honestly, I'm far more impressed.
Collecting information.
Now, let me think. And if he's to do that, he'll have to...
You can even estimate how long it'll take.
We've been working together from traveling. What say you to meeting here 9 days from... Oh, and there's just... Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine. Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on...
What do you want us to do?
Well, I won't call it easy per se. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and... You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people. Investigate the internal structure, but also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, Oh, my apologies. I just started rambling out of...
But that's not a bad thing, right? All right, then we'll head out as soon.
Let's go our separate ways for now.
Hey, stay here for now. I'm almost... There seem to be several people inside.
It's not impossible.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here. Someone, please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed on freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion. Let me take a look. Please lie down over here. Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, that's good. I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I pull? And here? Huh? Based on my initial checkup... what about here? Does this hurt? Oh. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty... So that's what they heard. There have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Woolsey, of that. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Miss Neuvilette Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help.
Very well.
Ah, and she hopped away, just like that.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
His stomach ache's really bad.
If Miss Sijun says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got.
Well,
What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course, though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up.
yeah, you're...
That's correct.
Are you two?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for... You could say she...
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't forget.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it. Hey, there's no need.
Release. It's...
Please allow me to end this.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessive...
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine.
You really?
I mean, I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Sijun should be... No.
I'm back. Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sijun.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' work. Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Yellow, huh?
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the traveler rat... All right then. Is there anything we should know besides the... No, the space cops... Got it. Part of a whole... Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then. We've been to lots of places. So you're... Oh, you're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left. Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember, bland food. Thank you, Miss Sijun.
Time to go.
Please, you just can't.
Yeah. Time to go.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared... No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grill. I talked with Sijun the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Whoa! You really are super thorough. Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Lenny!
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just...
That's good. We've taken a look at the slip you've...
Wait, why is she getting a...
You already went above and beyond when you... And Lynette also felt...
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything...
You've mentioned before that you've had...
Well, everyone could use some more friends.
Since I see you as friends, glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynn.
Is now really a good time to...
According to my observations, Siege Week... Also...
Okay, then let's head over.
Time to go. Lynette should be here. Huh, strange.
As expected, Siegewin isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely much.
Let's see if there are any clues around.
Okay.
This is...
Wait, this thing? The space behind it is empty. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? Let's look around here for some more clues. None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except...
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up and...
There are some books here and a few fine... Advanced nursing. These sure are some interesting books. She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings.
Seems quite normal to me.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here. And there's a bunch written on it, too. It reads, out of respect for your usual...
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning?
Yes. That is a crucial. You are not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Neuvilette, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. What? Don't panic, just... Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley have...
What does he gain by letting Fremine leave?
So he's challenging me. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably...
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. But don't be like this, Lenny.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the...
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler,
I simply cannot allow Lynette... I have to go.
he's rushed out the door! After him!
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make...
It's not impossible, but it will require extensive...
Is that so? Huh?
Someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we... Someone! Please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've what a delightful turn of events. I like smart people. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? Being able to read human expressions is... Wait! Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him. He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Yeah! Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least...
What did you do to my
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea.
Stop joking around! Where did you take...
I have also heard that maybe she'll appear behind you right now.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you... As for Fremine... No, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Merit...
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape, so Father...
One correction. Lynette...
He's not... What?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Meager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is current. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now.
Wait... You locked him outside?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside.
Fremine's a star diver, so...
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume...
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to...
So...
Some of my folks just happened to hear... I was willing to play dumb. Mr. Linney, the cards are... You need do but one thing to guarantee...
You want to see Father?
Well, if she... I've heard that the bonds between the
Why did you think Father sent...
Oh,
Was this the extent of...
you people really are difficult. Mr. Linney, you...
Lenny!
Instead of asking why, I gave you a warning by cutting... Mr. Fremine left the fort...
I shouldn't ask Father...
6,
Wait,
2... Time's up.
Wriothesley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave.
Yeah! Listen to the Traveler! If you can't talk to Lenny...
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvilette, yes? You're here, but that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and... Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correct. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone,
we often see Miss Siegewin observing the Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new... The research notes said that the Melazine race perceives the world very... According to Collins, Fonta's internal report... We often see Miss Siegewin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health. We often see Miss Siegewin observe... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty. Fonta's internal report suggests that there's... According to Collins, the research notes said that the Melazine...
So that's what's the hidden rule of the production zone. People are not at first we thought this strange meat She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who had an eye for sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern. Siegewin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift. Unfortunately, Melazines as a race perceive the world differently from human. The recipients of her Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered... All right, now for my next... There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration ring.
According to Collins, I've been told that the infirmary is always empty. Fonta's internal reports suggest the Fonta promoter has been struggling.
Paimon gets this rule too now. That hidden rule of the Pancration, people get scared when they... But really, it's a blood red... The company facing backlash, they came to the fortress of the Duke, knowing how and so...
I acknowledge the effort, although based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my... Alright, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Wriothesley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing you... Ah!
Winnie, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Siegewin. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Siegewin? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Siegewin... You...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress. When Monsieur Neuvilette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be... But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Winnie someone you should be looking after as well? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Neuvilette told me to do. His Grace knows it too, right?
My dear Siegewin, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait and...
Well, it's nearly time after all. What are you talking about?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you just give...
Don't be like that, you're great.
All right, everyone. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sijween, I leave Miss Lynette.
You.
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Cloran.
Renee.
What's going on? What is Corinne doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. Please, make some space. I'll need to give Miss...
I'll talk to Clorand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of... Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Sorry.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after...
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If...
What's that look on your face?
Oh, how's the situation?
The water has changed. I was only out there a short time, so it was
Where was he when you found...
the abandoned zone at the end of the pipes.
Closer than I thought.
Locking the door was necessary.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my...
It would probably work on Neuvilette.
It's a bad... Want some tea?
Not particular.
Fine. I'd like to...
Might as well then, I suppose.
Winnie, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
My hands and feet are still a bit...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Fremine?
He'll be fine. But for now...
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the...
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with... The Duke and Clarand are gone. They probably went to get some...
The village knows me. Time to go. He's awake.
We're all here.
The infirmary. How do you feel?
Traveler. The the sea. There's something wrong with the seawater. Shh, it's okay. No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. Where could Master Child be? This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it? Yeah. It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it. Yeah. 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 Hit. This is where the water starts. Master Frost is coming! Get in here! The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. Oh, there are traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where they could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. This, I have to push. So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone.
Miss Clarinde,
Miss Chlorine,
you're still too weak. Miss Lynette is right.
a guest. Then I can assume Wriothesley was the one who invited her to come down.
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us?
No, please go on without me.
Minnie.
The logical part of my...
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition?
Of course. I wouldn't have left.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire at...
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarinde.
Mostly fine.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another...
All right. Thank you for looking out for me.
Well, want to explain your...
Of course. But I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten? Where should I begin? No.
You managed to...
They came here with ulterior motive. Initially, I thought they're... Linny's. Of course, it's inevitable. I'm also quite curious about where...
So you were hoping Linny...
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremenet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of the Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after
Are the rumors true? That you're also a...
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another...
Oh, right. I don't want to...
Me, of course. I paid her good more. As a champion duelist, Miss Clo...
And saving Fremenet was part of that...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is. That's not something you... All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone...
But we've already uncovered that there's something...
We make a compelling case. even if the truth may not be pleasant. Follow me.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Wriothesley.
It seems you've forgotten just... Stand on the center.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't... What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your...
Well,
Well, I'd advise you wait.
so there's a switch up...
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one!
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky, and the readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, normally I would have ignored it. But I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any very reasonable guesses? The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress,
The concentration of... primordial seawater?
and that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea. Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvilette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could... Oh,
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the indicators are now red. If this continues, soon it will no longer... Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will...
but that's just too weird. What would the fort...
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation, but there's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about it, when the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity, and so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community. As the number of exiles increased, the Hydro Archon, and with that, but as time went on, people also, once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away. After many, many centuries, few people, now and again, researchers managed to break one law or another and live out their days.
But now you know every part of...
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one. Let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last...
Wait, Julia, he's not alone.
Huh?
No need to panic, you two.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single...
I'm skeptical as well.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
How about some reintroductions? This is Junior, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. Good. Edwin's main areas of research were Archeum and...
You want...
What a lovely idea.
Gotta admit...
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a...
Your Grace, I am not.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Ed...
Please, forget it. Follow me.
Whoa! There's another door that goes right up!
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool!
Let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen.
How much do you know about Fontainian history? Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who would take it. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor and material, so the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, as the fortress's administrator, Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups. Seems like you're good. Come on. No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here...
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want to...
How can you be so much like Wriothesley? Always drink...
Actually, nope, while I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me.
They were discussing everything.
Must have been Wriothesley and Seishri.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female. So, it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make... So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything?
Yeah, yes.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took...
Nobody else is around.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself three... Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into this...
Whoa, he's good.
That's our lady. Secondly, Wriothesley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the... What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, as long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's... If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself.
You're super.
Thanks so much. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. I don't have enough information.
Let's see. Well,
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to...
or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. The two of you have already aided us far too much. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not...
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the...
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger...
Aw, this... Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time. Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for... Huh. You're right. What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like. Me too, don't forget, no problem. So delicious. Is this how it feels to be feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious. I'm so... Seedween? Do you... A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want... You're really good at... Really? You're... Oh, and what did you mean back in Wriothesley's off... Oh, that. Thankfully, Glory, although the path was blocked... Oh, and I was keeping an eye... You were all super considerate. It's just... Oh... Get a good night's rest, you two.
Time to go. Yeah.
So much. I'm super sleepy. Delicious.
What happened? Why is everyone... No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Uh-huh. What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
There's no time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people?
They're here! There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
We're still in Macaroon. Do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed. Yet you only find...
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my...
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as...
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Oh, wait, what? What? Hey, where...
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the top of the layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvilette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us. Traveler, I need... Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must... Will do. You...
Look, there are a ton of... Are you two the Traveler and Paimon? Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course!
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, Traveler.
I've already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get to see this. This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the market. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's...
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add some...
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Up against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But, come in.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame.
Well,
Oh, and
because we found...
And where did he go after leaving us?
Well...
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless... Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate. Hold on.
I suppose this is also a sign.
Huh? I don't...
Have we entered into the next stage of the...
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like...
Let me guess. Indeed. I win this bet.
Very well. It was indeed.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you...
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just...
So what gift must the loser give?
He already has tons of tea in his office.
It wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider
I was under the impression the residents of a place...
That was obvious. Anyway, you've still got some
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all...
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly.
I must say, Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the...
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really? The prophecy's hanging above our necks, but you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree...
You're wrong. I
am not alone in my doubts, you know. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How...
I have my ways. And I've been working on them for all this time. Even Fontaine will be saved.
Then I asked you.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor... Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way.
And...
Oh, that look...
The emergency response plan.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss And what do you plan to do with the massive amount...
The oratories? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the oratories, but even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvilette is not at the tea party with us today.
Yes.
Of course I will. Although, I must... Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the UDET. You too.
Thank you. Oh. If it's on my...
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss... It is getting late.
Very well.
Well, mind seeing me off, Traveler.
We could use the opportunity to...
Paimon's coming too!
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought!
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my... That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are...
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against...
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. By the way, and you can just... You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to...
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of... Forget it. He did. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparation?
No need. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently... In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all.
Who are you?
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect, not long after, there's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvilette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it.
Yes, Father.
My dear children,
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing.
probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet. Oh, and I have an additional...
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you.
You...
It wouldn't mean anything. I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my year... Of course, that is all just... It is, however, quite amusing to me. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? Ultimately, though, one must survive, and you don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly.
Neuvilette? Is it all...
For now, yes. but this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force... So as expected, Vinay, permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon. You can't tell us? Then...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I believe so. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us.
Huh? Why is it...
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not be my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we?
You guessed correctly.
Right, of course. There's still something...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater...
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragons.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, in any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend...
Oh, so even you can't solve...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go to. Traveler, why don't we... We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Time to go.
You guys are...
You guys didn't get caught in...
Here I thought you'd met.
We're sorry.
All right, there's no...
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Something like that. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. Whenever he'd say that, I'd...
Hey, there's nothing wrong with word.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so.
Time to go.
Traveler, Paimon, are you still doing all right? Did either of you... We're fine, but what about you guys? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but of course, we must... How would Neuvilette know? I'm sure Neuvilette has strong resonance with the hydro element. I ran into the bombshell bros, well, if you're not too pressed for time, just let me know if you get a craving for anything. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing.
Wind Strider.
No.
Well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from...
Thanks to... Oh, right.
Whoa, how did she
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out.
You met Father? Did she say
She said a few things that were...
her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined? You should believe her.
Father is very capable.
Oh, Paimon just remembered.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here?
Looks like it.
Excellent.
For real? Then
Another implies that you... Well, next time.
Shit!
Courier? Miss Seashore told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh?
Junior, Levine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you?
Yet.
It can be a...
I mean, the infirmary does make it easy.
Oh, yeah?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for...
Not at all! Courier, the rumors about us are literally...
But it's not like...
Did my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface?
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing.
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvilette can...
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to...
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a... He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take...
He sure sounds super...
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss...
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvilette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick.
Those are... You...
Well, it's Neuvilette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. Oh, and I have some gifts here.
Are these from...
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
One with nature. The wind knows me. Yeah. Time to go.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners. Shh. sure feels that way. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! Alright. It's like, we've now gone to so many bad things in the world. You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will... just a thought, Snake. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a... Oh, we should be safe now, right? Alright then. Good night to you, Traveler. We last saw Neuvilette. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon asks so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Let's end the video with a 10 pull. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the future videos.